Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here on a Friday night on the Las Vegas Strip at the Circus, and we're going to test FSD 12.5.1.3 on a hardware 4 vehicle. And we're going to go to a few casinos, a couple locations. The traffic is really heavy tonight. It's 10 p.m. here. So we'll see how well FSD handles all these situations. First, we're going to be heading to the Wynn Hotel. It's kind of a good first test from this location. And then afterwards, I think we'll head to the New York. I haven't done that entrance yet, so we'll see how the vehicle handles maneuvering to that location with traffic, as well as handling that entrance. Okay, we've got unprotected left here. We can go if we go quick right now. Otherwise, we need to wait. And the car waited. We're probably at the max line that we can do right here without going into this lane. It's clear if we want to take this gap. It needs to go quick, and it did. It handled that perfectly. Right in front of a Cybertruck. That was handled really well. Felt very smooth. And we stopped right at the line, unlike this car to the left. Did not hesitate on that yellow light. We had plenty of time to drive through, so that was perfect. Okay, we need to be getting into the left turn lane here. And the vehicle is not. So that is very interesting. It's going to reroute now. So it looks like it wanted to switch routes here, but it didn't do that on the screen fast enough. So it was kind of an interesting maneuver. As a passenger, I didn't feel anything uncomfortable other than the turn signal being on while we were going straight. Right before it went off as we were going straight, I believe, but just seemed to be a little bit of a confusion in the navigation there. I have noticed on this version that there definitely is separate kind of logical thinking as far as navigation on the screen, as well as what the vision only navigation decides to do on its own. So it's not completely tied one-to-one. Okay, very strange left turn. We turned into the center of both lanes and then kind of chose to go to the right there. We've got somebody at the crosswalk. They are not crossing, so the car kind of overreacted there. Although I would have slowed down for sure just to check to see that they weren't crossing. But it did overreact, and kind of a delayed correction time there as well. Okay, and it looks like we've got a green light here, so we should just proceed through to the win. As soon as we pull through, I'll go ahead and cancel, and we'll reroute to the New York, New York. Take me to the New York, New York hotel. We've got some pedestrians ahead we'll need to watch out for. And let's, the car really nicely went around those pedestrians. Gave them some space since they're on the street there. We're waiting on, we've got somebody with their hazards on right here. Looks like they're picking somebody up or something. We've also got another, looks like a large limo pulling ahead of us. It's just somebody ahead's just stopping and blocking traffic instead of continuing on. We're waiting here to see what these pedestrians are doing, and now it's moving ahead. Okay, we need to get over to the left here, and we are. That was good. I'm on the average driving profile. I constantly test down here on average just so that we can have a baseline for all the different tests. Got a yellow light here, perfectly stopping for this yellow light. That was really smooth. We're passing the Treasure Island Hotel right now in the Palazzo. To the right, you'll see the Mirage is officially closed now, so the sign is not lit up anymore. Okay, it looks like we have a vehicle cutting in right here. No blinker, but the car handled it. It recognized what was happening. Safely gave enough space and is appropriately stopping for this red light. The car smoothly waited for traffic to clear in the intersection before proceeding on that green. And now we're driving in front of the Bellagio and Paris Hotel. We've got emergency vehicle on the left. I would have had to take over there, but the car in front of us slowed down. So that would be interesting to see. We see the car to the right had a blinker to get over to the left, so we gave enough space there as well. So I still haven't had to do anything, but I'll have to keep an eye on this emergency vehicle up ahead. We have a right turn up ahead. See the car accelerated fairly swiftly. Got an uneven lane sign here that we need to watch out for. And then a right turn up ahead on Tropicana as we approach the New York Hotel. This will be a good test to see how the car handles the pickup and drop off for this hotel. So far I've had kind of mixed results. Sometimes the car wants to get into the valet line, so I'll need to take over. But there's also a drop off here, so we'll see how it handles these pedestrians as well as getting into the drop off area. Take me to the sphere. Okay, it looks like the car correctly chose the through lane here, which is good. And then now we need to watch out for pedestrians as they're walking and exiting vehicles. Car did a good job there. Okay, it looks like it's waiting to see what this car to the right is going to do. I'm actually unsure what they're doing, if they're trying to go forward or not. We've got people crossing here, so we'll need to wait for them. So far the car's doing everything really well here. And then we've got somebody exiting the vehicle here, so we'll wait for them to get out. Everything handled really well, safely and smooth here at the New York entrance. So very impressed so far. Looks like we'll be maneuvering our way through the inner roads of the New York as we exit onto Las Vegas Boulevard. Not sure if that was a yield or a stop. I didn't see a stop sign. But the car completely handled it on its own. Okay, we're stopping at the crosswalk instead of the stop sign, so looks like we might do it a little bit of a double stop here or just go through. Okay, it looks like it did that stop for the stop sign early at the crosswalk and then proceeded through. I really don't see much of an issue with that, but definitely would prefer it to just go up to the stop sign. Looks like we've got somebody making a left turn from the right turn lane. Now we're waiting for our turn and we should go now. Really handling these inner roads really well. Got speed humps here that the car is slowing down for, as well as preparing for our left turn up ahead. Okay, we've got pedestrians coming, so we'll need to slow down for them. Handled perfectly. I believe this lane to the right ends. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. But if it does, the car's doing a really good job at staying in this lane. But I am seeing cars start to merge over, so we might need to merge over soon so that we can make a right turn ahead. The car appropriately stopped for that yellow light. We wouldn't have made it across. I mean, we would have like that car, but we would have been breaking the law. Alright, so we're going to need to speed ahead real quick and cut over to the right, which we did really well in front of that side car. So that was handled real perfectly. Like, that's how I would have done it if I needed to get over. Okay, we've got a stop sign here. It's all clear though. We can go ahead and make a right. Quick switching of lanes there without the turn signal. So again, Tesla, if you're watching, if I had the snapshot, I would send that in for you real quick. But nothing I needed to take over for. We're approaching the sphere now. You can see it up ahead. I like to pick this destination. It's a little bit off of the strip here. And sometimes you get some weird, awkward traffic mixed with pedestrians, so it's really a good test area. Plus, there's usually some traffic controllers next to stop signs, which I really like to see And well, I know on this current version it does not handle them correctly. It still will stop for the stop sign every time, even though they're waving you through. But I like to keep track on that and see at what point the vehicle knows to adhere to the traffic controller for those situations. It does. I've had traffic controller stop traffic as well, and it handled that really well. So that's another area I like to test. All right, here we are at the sphere. And I'll go ahead and end our trip. And we'll set our next destination. I think we'll head down to the Fremont. Take me to the Fremont Street experience. Let's go this route. Okay, it's beeping at me because I'm looking at the screen and not the road. All I have to do is look back at the road, and then the car knows that I'm paying attention and continues on without needing any input from me. It really handled all those vehicles parked in that lane, blocking the lane really well as oncoming traffic, and knowing that it could squeeze in through there. So that was handled really well. Okay, we've got a right turn up ahead, but we have a vehicle just stopped in the middle of the road. Without hesitating, the car understood the situation, went around them. Okay, we've got a right turn here, but we do have vehicles coming from the left that we need to watch out for. Good. Looks like we might have some clearance here in a second. And here we go. Perfect. We've got about 1.5 miles of straightaway here, but we do have some lane closures up ahead. So we'll see how well the car handles these lane closures. Looks like the vehicle saw that the lane opened up, and so we went ahead and merged into the left straight lane, although the left indicator is still on here. So that could be confusing for other drivers around us. Okay, it looks like the vehicle made a left turn. We had a double light there, but that was, and we definitely had our own lane to make the left turn in, but it definitely was not what navigation was showing. Since we did have enough multiple lanes there to make that left turn, it let it do it. But based on the lane construction, it should have only been one lane for a left turn. As well, it kind of took us off of our navigation path. So now you can see we have to make a right turn, then another right turn, and then a left turn to get back onto that same road where we could have just went straight. So there's another area you're seeing a disconnect of the navigation on the screen, the car's route navigation versus the vision, Tesla vision only, taking priority in some situations. So we've got pedestrians here looking to cross, and the vehicle handled that perfectly. Car appropriately is getting out of the left turn only lane there. Still has the blinker on, so we're getting ahead over to the right lane again here. Yeah, all of that was handled really well. Okay, the car moved over to the left, but we do have a right turn up ahead. So we'll have to see how this handles that. We've got the left blinker on here, even though we're just kind of merging left. The lane here this isn't really a left turn. It's more of a straight lane. And then we will need to get over 2 lanes to the right to make our right turn. So we'll see how well the car handles this. There's not too much traffic, but we will probably, since we didn't prepare for this correctly, we will probably make vehicles behind us slow down and have to let us in. Okay, so now we're merging over to the right. We need to go 1 more lane. And the car does it. It was pretty tight, but we did have enough room to get in there. Okay, we've got a bus up ahead, so the car's going to swiftly merge to the left to go around. Okay, we've got a left turn up ahead, but it looks like the car wanted to pass some of these vehicles. So we did merge over into the right lane. Although I'm not sure how many vehicles we will get ahead of. It seemed to be the right move. The vehicle behind us did get stopped at a red light, so that did help us make it through a green light. The car did a good job getting over into this left turn lane, but then it really slowed down. That's okay, we've got a left yield, so we'll just need to wait for our forward-facing traffic to have a gap for us, and then we can proceed left. We probably could have made that gap, but we weren't in the intersection ready to turn yet, so we'll go now. Okay, now we need to be in the right lane, but we're in the left lane to turn right, which is very confusing for me right now. It's starting to merge over. It must have seen all those parked vehicles and it confused it. But we can do a right turn on red here. Okay, I'll go ahead and end our trip. We'll just proceed straight through Fremont Street here, and then we'll enter our final destination. You need to watch out for pedestrians as they cross. Take me to 11th Street Records. Let's see, do I have a route on Fremont? No. Yeah, it's avoiding Fremont Street. I would like to see how it handles the pedestrians there, but we'll let it do its thing. Okay, the vehicle did a right on red, and it looks like it's early on realizing that that's a right turn only lane. So that was handled amazingly. We've got a little road construction up ahead. We'll see how well the car handles this. Smooth. Very smooth. right over here by the atomic bar. And turning left, it's an unprotected left, but it's clear. And our destination is going to be over here on the right. So there you have it. That's our trip. We made it all the way from the Circus to the Fremont Street Experience, or from Circus to the Wynn Hotel, and then to the New York Hotel, and then we drove over to the Sphere, and then we drove down to the Fremont Street Experience, and then now over here to 11th Street Records. And 0 takeovers, 0 human input, 0 disengagements, and 0 interventions. There was some quirkiness on this drive that you were able to see. And definitely some area for improvement on route and navigation handling, as well as communication between the navigation and route architecture and the vision system. So you can definitely feel the car kind of negotiating with itself on what to do, whether to follow the route or whether to do what it thinks it should do. But overall, this was an amazing drive, another amazing Friday night drive. Drove for over an hour down here on the Las Vegas Strip with 0 takeovers, 0 human input. It was really good. This was FSD 12.5.1.3. All right, I'll see you all in the next video.